What up, what up, what up? We're live. We are live. Hope everybody's having a good night. Can y'all hear me okay? All right, now we're live. Yep, all right. Whoa, I hear myself. I just heard myself there. My bad. Hope y'all are having a good night tonight. We're talking super. What else is there to talk about? I did promise you guys I was going to do a stream. I didn't really feel good last time I had company over and they stayed till it was late and I was really tired, so I just didn't have the energy. You know what I mean? Hope y'all are having a good night tonight. I'm just reading the chat going by real fast. Yeah, so like I said, I promised I was going to stream for y'all, and we are going to be streaming. We already got super chats coming in. Man, it's so fast. It is so freaking fast. Let me get my stuff organized here. Give me one moment, and then I'm going to go to the chat here, and we'll have our little discussions. But man, what a crazy episode of Super last night. Wasn't the best episode. I feel like the first half was dragging a bit. It was getting kind of played out, but the second half I think made up for it. And I thought that, hey, how are you? Hello, hello. And I really thought that they made up for it with not just, with what happened with 17, but also they tried to give us backstory on Jiren, but I don't know if they gave us enough backstory on Jiren. So I just felt like people always want more. And I get it. Like, trust me, I get it. But you're not going to get more right away, especially not with Super Ending. And I feel like with a lot of people, and I don't know if I would consider myself one of these people, but I think that the wind has been knocked from under us when it comes to Super. And I'm not saying that because the show isn't good or whatever, bad or it sucks. Or, some of it does, some of it doesn't. It just depends. But I'm saying that because I feel like the idea of what's next and more about these characters and more about Jiren and more about the Grand Priest has been knocked away from us because the reality is that we may not get more Dragon Ball, at least not anytime soon. We're probably going to get it, maybe next year. We're going to get the movie or maybe a series of movies, but it's one of those things where, and I should have let me see if I can get the chat up for you guys. Hang on a second. Let me get the chat up here. My bad. I got the Jiren picture still. Let me get the chat over there for y'all. Hang on a quick second here. All right. Yeah, it should be up right now. So what I was trying to say was that we thank you for all the kind words, by the way. It means a lot to me. Seriously, it really does mean a lot to me. What I was going to say is that, if we get answers to these questions, it might not happen for quite some time. Because the Dragon Ball Super movie, or the Dragon Ball movie coming out in December, it's not going to answer everything. I'm pretty sure, and I don't know for certain 100% if this is the case, but I'm fairly certain that the film's going to have its own sort of integral storyline. The movie's not going to be a movie that's going to be answering a whole bunch of questions about like lore. Probably some stuff with the Saiyans, but nothing really like beyond that. So we're probably gonna get our answer in the Dragon Ball manga, or in the Super manga, or in some kind of guidebook. So I just feel like those of you out there who were let down by Jiren's backstory, like, I get it. At least we got something. I can't even complain. At least we got something. So, you know what I'm saying? I'd rather they give us something than just ignore us completely. That's my philosophy on that. So, I'm gonna get the super chats here in just a minute. Let me real quick pull up my. Here we are. Okay. Yeah, I hope y'all are having a good night tonight. Like I said, I promised you I was going to do a stream, and I figured why not do one. I was a little bit under the weather last night. Not under the weather, I was just really tired. You know, so there you go. I like how Black Gandalf says Jiren's power reminded me of the Eye of Sauron. That's a great reference right there, and I guess it did kind of look like that. You know, I guess it did sort of look like that. Let me go ahead and get these super chats. These are people who are donating, and of course, I always appreciate that for certain. We already have a crap load of them, and you know, it's hard for me to take all these questions. I mean, there's a lot of questions, like whether it be here, whether it be on Twitter, on Facebook, and I'm only one man. Geekdom 101 is a am I even using the right word? I'm a sole proprietor, right? So I can't answer everything, unfortunately. I wish I could. I really do. Maybe I should develop a team or something to answer questions for me, but I can't answer everything. So, but I gotta go to Super Chat because they get priority. So that's why it's the Super Chat. So thank you, Brendan. Trailer Park Samurai says, how long did Dragon Ball Super Riders know of the show's ending? I don't have an exact answer for you as far as exactly when they knew. That's a great question, though. Number one, that's a great question. That's actually a fantastic question. Thank you for sending that in because it is being discussed right now. One of the theories that I think is gaining some momentum among like really smart Dragon Ball fans is that they found out about it before that Universe 4 episode during the Kefla stuff. Like they found out before that really bad episode with the bugs. So with the Universe 4 invisible lizard thing. So because that was rushed too. So that's a possibility right there. That was when, but we don't know. All I know is it was sometime last year, which sucks because there's a lot of things that I wonder if they were even prepared for this. Like I wonder if the writers really knew what was going to happen. I don't think so because when the announcement of Super Ending came out, I know a lot of people on social media, and when I say people, I mean people who worked on Super, like animators and producers, were talking about how, you know, they were surprised, they were worried, you know, it's just been like, oh, this is my last night, this is my last week, you know, so, you know, that was, I don't know, I don't know yet. If I find out, I'll let you know. I think we're gonna know more about what actually is going on later on. I don't know when, but we'll know eventually. Because remember, we found out a bunch of stuff about GT and about Z years after it ended. So we could probably see something like that as well. Kyrie Yaju Analysis, how much of a super chat do I send to get a dating advice? Why do you need dating advice if you're doing good right now from what you said? Things are going good right now, aren't they? I mean, that's what I had heard, but I'm not going to air out your, you know, private laundry here publicly. Gohan FGC. Wouldn't be surprised if Goku beats Jiren, then Frieza tries to steal the wish and gets erased by Zeno in the same way Frost did. Well, it could happen, but if Frieza is deemed to be the guy to get the wish, it won't happen. I wouldn't be surprised if that happens either, you know. But that's a crappy way for Frieza to go out. Merge Zamasu writes, hey D, love your content. I hope you watch Bleach one day. Skip filler. Well, you're going to have to, if I do watch Bleach, you're going to have to be the one to tell me what the filler is. I don't know anything about Bleach. James Hansen would be very happy with that. He's like the #1 Bleach guy, I think, right, in the fandom. So, Frieza's voice actor's in it. He's awesome. Music is epic, too. If you're talking about Ryusei Nakao, yeah, he's in a lot of things. You know, the guy who plays Frieza in the Japanese version, Ryusei Nakao, he's in a lot of different shows in Japan. He's actually Yakko Warner in Animaniacs. He's Darkwing Duck. That's right. He is Darkwing Duck. Our English cartoons, they dub over there like we do theirs. So, you know, in the West. So he's that, and he's also in a bunch of anime. So, yeah, I look forward to meeting that guy someday. Maybe soon. Thank you, Dakota. Eternal J writes, didn't Krillin wish for 17 and 18's bombs away after Cell was defeated? Is that a plot hole? No, that is not a plot hole. 17's explosion was key-based, not bomb-based. Also, Jiren's backstory is like Sasuke. I knew it reminded me of something. I just couldn't put my finger on it. But it's definitely, it's like from another anime, dude. Like, that whole scene was like from another anime. You know, it felt very different. By the way, I have a video coming out on the channel tomorrow where we're going to be discussing all about Jiren. All about Jiren, Tragic's here, and that whole backstory, kind of trying to make light of what's going on and try to understand what's going on. So, Gohan FGC again writes, Sarah Widenhalf versus Khalifa Kale, or as Khalifa Kale. No, I don't agree. I think she's fine as Zeno. And by the way, for those who don't know, she plays Zeno in the dub. I mean, she could do Khalifa and Kale. I don't hate the idea, but I think Khalifa and Kale should be two different actresses. I just don't know who. But I think she's good doing Zeno right now. I think they should mix it up a little bit when it comes to like the Tournament of Power dub. Which, by the way, we're not going to get Tournament of Power dubbed episodes until way later this year. So you're not going to see any of that stuff until way later in English. Right now, they're right at the beginning of the Trunks arc, and that's going to be that way for a while. Kendall Hurley says, do you think Goku in Universe 7 will change Jiren? Yes. Yes. I do see some development coming out of this arc for Jiren. So yes, very good question. Very good question. Thank you, Deodric. True Sinister. What if Goku had old Kai unlock his potential? Well, there's been a bunch of videos, I think, on that topic about what would happen. I briefly covered it, but I don't remember what video I covered it in. It might have been an old Q&A or something. These are pretty much like the new Q&As. Like, these streams are pretty much like my new version of Q&As here. But that being said, he would be very powerful, and they never did that. They never had Goku get his potential unlocked. I wonder how strong he would be. I mean, it's a very good question. I wish I had more of a firm answer for you, but I wonder how having your power unlocked works with God Key. Kakarot754 says, hey, say Pokemon sucks, please. I don't think Pokemon sucks. The anime, I'm not a big fan of. Don't really like it that much. The last movie I did not like. I know a lot of folks did like it. I wasn't a fan. The games are fine, though. The games are okay. I like the games. Video games are good, especially the new ones. It's Schwartzy. Thanks for the great videos. Thank you. I wish we had more of backstory for Jiren during the hour special. That would have been a good time, too. Will 17 come back at the end of the arc? Well, here's the thing. That's been the topic of discussion here is, will 17 return? In other words, will he get wished back to life? I find it hard to believe that they won't wish him back to life. I think he will get wished back to life. But it's one of those things where I think some people want him to stay dead because it has more of an emotional weight, more of an emotional impact on the narrative if he stays dead. But I just don't see it happening. I think Super tries to give you a happy ending. I think that the Trunks arc had a very not happy ending, right, at all. And I think they're going to stray away from that, especially with Super ending. If Super were to continue, I could see them not bringing him back and doing something else, maybe bring him back later. But I think he will get brought back by the end of this arc. Cocorite. I know you. Thoughts on Frieza? What could they be planning? I think whatever they were planning is not thrown out the window, but definitely changed. I know some people thought they might do an entire arc where Frieza like takes over Zeno and whatnot. That's definitely not happening here. We've got 3 episodes left, or is it 3? Yeah, we got 3 episodes left of Super, which sucks. I mean, it sucks saying that because even though Super, I'm gonna tell you how I feel about it here in a minute. All right, I'm gonna tell you how I actually feel about it. But what I was gonna say first is to answer Cocorite's question here. I don't think Frieza's gonna have that big of an impact anymore. I think he might help them win, but as far as anything afterward, it's either going to be he goes back to hell, or he becomes a god of destruction somewhere else, or him and Goku make peace. I don't know. I think whatever they were planning has been changed, though. But what I was going to say about Super ending is this. Super is not as good as Dragon Ball and not as good as Dragon Ball Z. That's my opinion, but also objectively speaking, it's just because of the way it's written, because of the fact that you have Toriyama not involved as much as maybe he should be. But that's up for debate, or if the different writing teams and how many production problems Super had compared to Dragon Ball and Z. I don't think Super is as good as Dragon Ball or Z. It didn't capture the emotion for me. The characters were a little bit off sometimes. You know, there's problems in Super. But I never really hated Super. I never hated it. It was always something fun to do every weekend. You know, and I am going to miss that. I'm going to miss having something fun to do every weekend. You know, it's a fun little thing, you know. So even if you hated Super, or if you love it, it's going to suck to see it go because it's always been a good time, you know, coming on here talking to y'all. And like I said before, I'm still, Geekdom 101's going nowhere. This channel is not going anywhere. I've got, one of the good things about Super ending, which I think is a good thing, is I've literally got, I'm not even kidding with you, I have pages upon pages upon pages of videos. I've got a drawer filled with freaking video topics that I have not been able to get to because I'm always talking about Super. So I finally can dig up some of those topics. And I mean, like, not just stuff about Super, but before Super. Really in-depth stuff I've been wanting to cover. Because I always wanted my channel to be a hardcore Dragon Ball fans haven. Like, I want you, if you're not a hardcore fan, I want you to become a hardcore fan. And if you are a hardcore fan, I want you to come here and kind of appreciate what we do. That was always my goal. But when Super came along, I had to cover Super because that was the current series and it was fresh and people wanted that. Now that Super's ending, it gives me a chance not just to explore other shows, but also to give you all these ideas I've had piled up. I mean, they've been sitting there forever and I've been waiting. So that's going to happen. Now, moving forward here, Daniel Nakanishi says, I know they explained it in the episode, but the explanation of how Vegeta survived the Final Explosion did not make sense, as the technique converts life energy into ki for the blast. It seemed more like Boo's angry explosion. I see your point. It did seem like Boo's angry explosion. I don't understand what you mean by converts life energy into ki, because ki sort of is life energy, but it's not Genki. It's not that kind of health energy. I think the way it was explained, and again, this is something you have to understand. This is a Dragon Ball explanation. This is not like one that really makes sense to us, but with Vegeta making his body stronger by tapping into these higher levels of energy like blue and above blue or whatever, that's why he was able to withstand the explosion. His body was able to withstand it. Remember, when he did it against Majin Buu, when he was Majin Vegeta, his body became like stone, and then it kind of fell, right? Pretty much what he did was he stopped his body from becoming stone. That's pretty much what he did. And again, it's not the best explanation, but at least we got something, you know. I just thought it was kind of, I thought it was cool, but it was also kind of dumb because I didn't want to see them redo that move again and like say, oh, well, he can blow himself up and it's okay. Like, and then the very next episode, 17, does it, and he's not okay. So it's like, I don't know. We got more stuff here. We got a lot of questions to get to, folks. So I'm going to get to these as quickly as I can, but I actually enjoy answering these. So, Caramel Gaming, I'm still confused about Jiren's wish and backstory. Does he want to have companions and trust? Does he want his old life back? Does he want to be alone? Well, the episode didn't make it clear. You know, it did not make it clear what his wish was. And I asked a couple different translators, dude. I went, like, last night before I dropped my review, I asked 3 or 4 different people. I was in chats with people. I was like, okay, what was the wish? And they all were like, no, he didn't have a wish. He just said this. Like, he told him to shut up pretty much and just wanted to skip the conversation. So we'll find out. I'm thinking we're going to find out in a couple episodes, but we don't know. We don't know. I mean, we don't know. Thank you, Joe. Aphelion, wasn't 17 dead in GT? God, don't tell me they're making it canon. LOL. Nah, but RIP 17. Well, yeah, I don't know how much of this you're being serious on, but no, 17 was not dead in Dragon Ball GT. You're thinking of Hellfighter 17. What happened was Dr. Garo and Dr. Miyu created Hellfighter 17 to fuse with the Alive 17 to make Super 17. That arc was so rushed, bro. Darshan says, I want to be a part of your team to answer questions. Well, thanks on that one. I don't know how to... Daniel 328 DT, do you think the Pride Troopers and relation with Jiren will change after Tournament of Power? I do not, actually. I do not, but I see why you're asking me that. Because Topo seems to be like, what's up with this fucking guy? Like, I get it, but I don't think their relationship's going to change at all. I think they'll still be... There'll still be that respect there, and they need him because he's so damn strong. But you never know. Maybe he'll accept them more like family. I don't know. There's not enough. They gave us a little bit. They didn't give us enough to really dissect that. Dakota now says, what if 17 died instead of exploding? Sure, Goku and Vegeta would be out, but Frieza would be in the tournament to win because the explosion nullified Jiren's. It had the force to kill 17. Well, maybe Frieza was in a different part of the arena, and as a result of that, he would have still been in. I don't know. I couldn't even tell you that. I mean, I guess you make a good point in that. Yeah, Goku and Vegeta would probably be dead, but Frieza would still be in it. Maybe 17 forgot about Frieza. Or it could be bad writing. Again, one of the things that irritates me about the fandom is that people throw that word around, bad writing, to describe everything they don't understand. Like, they don't understand this, so it's bad writing. They don't understand that, so it's bad writing. Not everything is bad writing, folks. Yes, Super is filled with bad writing. I'm not going to lie to you about that. But not everything is bad writing. Just because you don't understand something doesn't make it bad writing. You know, just listen to somebody else. Maybe they'll explain it to you. You know, there's good and bad writing in Super. Would you rather have had Caulifla mostly be the Kefla character? And this is from Black Diamond 18, and just cut Kale out, or do you think like better as it is with Caulifla, Kale, and they combine to make Kefla? I mean, the reality is, bro, as much as people don't like talking about it, I'm going to talk about it because you know I'm never going to BS you all. The reality is, Kale was created to appease Broly fans. I mean, that's it. Like, you can't sit there and tell me otherwise. I know the truth. Kale was created to appease Broly fans. Is she written better than Broly? Maybe. That's up to you to decide. I think she could have been, but they definitely, in the manga, they definitely did a little bit better with Kale, but I would have been fine with no Kale, honestly. I think if they would have just had Caulifla in this tournament and maybe another woman who wasn't just a female Broly, I think it would have been better. I think Kale could have been more interesting than Broly, but we didn't see enough of her. I don't know if there was enough story there. Like, there was some things I found cool about her, but it wasn't as much as I had hoped. Oh, God, I went down too far. Hang on. I got a lot of questions, guys, so if you're in the chat, please be patient. I'm just trying to get through these as much as I can. In the Buu arc, Supreme Kai stepped in between Goku and Vegeta when they were about to fight. It looked like Goku was going to kill him bluff or not. That's a great question, Larry. Thank you for sending in that question. I love questions about Z because, yeah, Super's fine, but come on, bro. The old series was so much better, right? Am I right? Come on now. No, I think Goku was dead set on fighting Vegeta. I think he would have blown away Supreme Kai otherwise. Maybe it was a bluff, though. I could see that. Like, maybe he was just trying to scare him, and he was hoping, look, dude, please let me fight this guy. Because he's Goku, and he likes to fight. Julian Matthews says, do you think 17's really dead? Made it seem like he's dead, but I got a gut feeling the next episode they will reveal he's not really dead. Well, he might not be, but I think he is dead because Grand Priest said so, homie. Once the Grand Priest says you're dead, you're dead. They can't detect him. And obviously he can't be detected because he's an android. He doesn't have ki. But no, I think when Grand Priest says it, it's true. But I mean, that could be cool if he's not dead. I don't want this to turn into a hit thing though. Oh, hit's really in there. Like, don't turn into that. Brian Morales says the writers in Super remind me of WWE writers always having potential and dropping the ball with a lot of characters being pushed. Well, a lot of that's Vince McMahon. See, for years I thought that the WWE writers were the ones that were at fault, but it's actually Vince McMahon directing them. There's tons of ideas the writers have had that Vince has rejected. Sometimes it is the writers, don't get me wrong, but most of that is Vince giving up on guys. That being said, though, with Super, I can see some similarities there. Toriyama is definitely not what he used to be. Bob Carlo, do you feel if Goku beats Ultra Instinct Jiren, or Goku Ultra Instinct beats Jiren, straight up, it's kind of BS? Kaioken Blue, he can't touch him, but in UI, he can suddenly beat him in one-on-one full power. Depends on how they do it. Bob. It depends on how much struggle Goku goes through. It depends on how much, how the fight looks and what the story's going to be. I still am skeptical that Goku's just going to straight out beat Jiren. I don't think he's going to just... I don't like the idea. I think this is what you're trying to ask me. I think the idea of Goku overpowering Jiren and Jiren having no chance at all, like what Jiren's been doing to people, that's a little far-fetched, and I agree. If they have an even fight where Goku outsmarts Jiren, or they win, or Goku wins barely, that's a little easier to swallow. If Goku just goes in there and is like nerfing all of Jiren's attacks, I'm gonna get pissed because you can't build up this dude this much and just nerf him like that. That's going to irritate me. You know what I'm saying? I think I'm not the only one who feels that way either. Hello, everyone just joining us. We're answering questions. I hope y'all are having a good Sunday. Trent Strong, if Goku wins the tournament, do you think he'll fulfill Vegeta's wish? Since he probably will just wish for a free meal at the local buffet. That's what I want, brother. Yeah, I think they're going to wish back everybody. I think so. Lindsay, what do you think about the Future Trunks dub? I've been noticing a lot of minute, needless script changes and wanted to get your thoughts on it. I agree. I've been talking about it on Twitter earlier today, and I talked about it last week. There's a lot of very dumb changes. Some people say, oh, don't nitpick. I'm really not nitpicking, but there have been a number of them now. And I think it's worrying me because I don't want this Super Trunks arc to start making so many changes that the dub fans who don't know anything about Dragon Ball end up getting confused and You know what I mean? They need to stop doing that because I agree there are a lot of needless changes, and I know, all I'm gonna say is that I know too much, and if you knew what I knew, it would kind of bug you because I don't know if this can even be fixed right now. It's something that's going on that I really don't like, and that's all I'm gonna say about that. Shane Gilroy, thank you, Cyclolette. Frequent super chatter. Going from a one-man band to running a small group company, Geekdom Entertainment Inc., I'd work there. I said being an intern could learn a lot from your DB and content creation. Well, thank you for those kind words. And you can learn content creation just by studying people like Tim Schmoyer, Roberto Blake, and guys like that. Zero Thorn says, "Do you think Jiren's master was Topo's father? Maybe that's how they got so close. Would a wish to bring back those erased cover that ones that died too? I don't think it would cover those people because it's implied that happened a long time ago. So I don't think it would bring them back to life. No. But as far as Jiren's master being Topo's father, that is headcanon completely. If it is, I think they would have told us by now. Like I feel like Vermouth would have straight up said he was Topo's father. I love that idea though. I love the idea that it's Topo's father and thus Topo and Jiren kind of got close because of that guy. That is a good idea. I feel like they would have said it already. Teacher and student fusion Piccolo and Gohan. I mean, in the video games you can do it. Laughable Larry says, is it at all possible 17's alive and buried in the rubble? I answered this earlier, but, I'll address what Larry says. An android that can't sense energy. Nobody seemed to be able to sense Goku when they thought he died. True, but Grand Priest said he was out. There is a chance 17 could be. I'm not going to lie. There is a chance. It's just, I don't think so. Jack the Slayer says, have you seen DBZ Invasion of Tradic? I have no idea what that is, bro. Don't even know what that is. Have you played Watch Dogs? I played the one on 360 years ago. I don't think I played the new one. A little bit of it. Very, very little. Remka says, on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate 17's death? I don't know how to answer that question. Like, on what? Like, on how epic it is or how much it affected me or what? Like, I don't know how to answer that. All I can tell you is that it was surprising. That much I'll tell you. It was shocking they would do it so close to the end. But we'll see how it gets handled going forward. Papa J, Geekdom, it's not a question about Tournament of Power. You don't have time to answer it. It's cool. Why didn't Trunks activate 16 in his future and change his program to be good? I don't know. I don't know the answer. I suppose when Trunks went back to the future, he would have known that 17 was somewhere in the laboratory, right? Because they went to the future. He went to the future with knowledge of what the plan was. And that's a very good question. Why didn't he, because you're right. Him and Bulma could have reprogrammed 16 to have helped out against even maybe Black. I mean, Black would have kicked his ass, but that's a great question that I don't have an answer to. That's like asking me why didn't Trunks ask for a ship and go to New Namek and get the Dragon Balls there. Like, there's a lot of things they could have done in that arc. Joe Z, do you think the theory that Frieza will give Goku some energy before he gets eliminated will happen, or is he hiding then surprise the fight? I don't think he's going to give him energy anymore. I think that's something that happened a while back in episode 110, 111, and it's a theory that I had with Nitori and some of my friends. I did a video on it. I don't think it's going to happen. I think Frieza will be hiding and then fight. Amir Aladawan, please forgive me if I butchered your name. I apologize. I feel the universes will be restored not by the wish, but through Goku appealing to Zeno's childish behavior by reminding them the fun they had so they can have more exciting tournaments in the future. I love that. It's total Toriyama, and there's a very good chance that could happen. In fact, I think you're right. I think they could do that. But the question is, can Zeno reverse deletion? That's the question, right? We don't know if he can do that. Maybe only the Super Dragon Balls can do that. George, who do you think killed Jiren's family? I'll be addressing that tomorrow. No theories. I can tell you who it's not. It's not Goku Black. I'll tell you that much. Juice Beats, why are they ending Super? It makes no sense. I want to see them surpass Beerus so the next Dragon Ball God. There's so much to talk about. Well, that's a loaded question. And the best answer I can give you is they're going to be focusing on the movie coming out in December. Right, so that's the best answer that we have right now. I want more information too, don't get me wrong, but that's all we have. Oh. Hold on a minute. I went too far here. There's a lot of questions, dude. I'm going to be here all night. I know some of y'all are okay with that. I'm doing the best I can here. Ultra Instinct Dr. Rota versus Grand Priest. If Dr. Rota's technique is that impressive, I'm going to go with him. But otherwise, I don't think so. Eternal J, if Super comes back or a new series happens, they need to fix the pacing. Agreed. Will you do a recap stream of Super as a whole once series is over? Maybe. I'm doing a stream the night the episode ends. The last episode, that is, airs. And I'll probably do a stream about, like, the entire series or maybe a video about it. But that's going to be a while because that's a lot of episodes, dude. 131 is still a lot of episodes. Black Mamba, is Jiren a master Akai? I don't know what you mean by that. I don't know what that means. Is Jiren... Okay, I'm sorry. I misread that. Is Jiren's master Akai? No. They never said that. I don't think so. I don't believe he is. Jason Domingo, is Belmont the evil being manipulating like Palpatine did Vader? I don't think so. I've seen that being tossed around. Tragic, I know. Talked about that before. I don't think he's evil. I don't think that's the case going on here. But that would be something, though. If the evil guy who killed Jiren's family would be Vermouth, that would be interesting. But why? What would be his motivation for that? Why would he do that? Why would he kill his family? Like, he doesn't know he's going to be strong. He has no idea that he's going to be that strong, you know? He has no clue. Caleb Cicero, they never explain how Jiren got his power. They just said he trained. That's all they said, that he trained with that other guy, the guy who saved his family. That's how he got so strong. They're basically telling you that he was motivated to get that strong from the trauma he had in his life. That's really it. You know what I'm saying? That's what they're telling you. But they never actually said how he got that strong. It's just that he had a lot of trauma. But then again, everybody had trauma, bro. Wildman says, Dragon Ball is a fun series. I have fun at least. Well, yeah, if it wasn't fun, I don't think any of us would be here. I says you can make an argument of either one, but I think Gohan's more potential than Goten. Both have a lot, though. I think Gohan has a higher ceiling. Well, the series would tell you that, but also remember that Goten was able to achieve higher levels of power at a younger age. So, hypothetically speaking, if Gohan were to train, or I'm sorry, if Goten were to train as long as Gohan, he might be able to surpass him even quicker. You know what I mean? Like, you can't make an argument for either one, though, because, you know, they're both, I guess, you know, they both have the same parents. You know what I'm saying? Donald Brown says, hi, Geekdom, a little off topic, but I really like the video editing in your Dragon Ball in-depths. How did you learn, and are you self-taught? Depends. It depends on which in-depth we're talking about, because I don't do I don't edit. MJXTV does a lot of the editing for me on some of the newer videos. It depends, because the next in-depth is edited by me, which is the AF one. That one is completely edited by me. And then he does some of them too. So I believe he's self-taught, and I am somewhat self-taught. I actually was editing video when I was in high school on real, like, machines. And I'm not the best editor. Like, I know that. I'm not the greatest. I'm not MatPat. You know, don't expect... And I know he doesn't really edit his own videos either. He has, like, 4 editors. I don't know if anybody knows that, but now you know. I don't know if he hides that, but, well, like, cat's out of the bag. He's got 4 editors. But, you know, I'm not the most, like... I don't edit super intensively. But I do like it. But I know at least how to do it well enough so that it's presentable. You know, I'm never claimed to be the best editor. But I do put a lot more work into the in-depths, though. I really do. I put a lot of work into those. Because that's like my legacy. You know, I don't want to be remembered as Dragon Ball Super spoiler guys. There's like 15 Dragon Ball Super spoiler guys. Like, I don't want to be that guy. That's not me. I'm the fucking Dragon Ball historian. I want to be respected as that, you know. That's what I want. Joshua Bynum, $50. Holy, thank you. What if Jiren actually wins and wishes the universe is back? Well, that's been talked about. That's definitely a possibility. It would be different. Just wondering. But I want to hear your thoughts on Frieza and his purpose of lasting this long and the promise he made with Goku. I feel like there's more to that promise than what we're shown. Well, here's the thing, dude. Super's ending. So anything that you think might go too far is not going to go too far. So it's, in my opinion, it's one of those things where, like, Frieza will either turn good and at least make peace with Goku, which I don't know if I want him to turn good or not, but he might at least make peace with Goku, or he will get some kind of god promotion. Maybe they'll make him a god of destruction for a different universe or something. Or I don't think he's going to end up... I mean, I don't know. See, tricky, dude, because he might just stay evil. Frieza's the kind of guy who should never turn good. That's my opinion. He should never turn good. But if they're gonna at least have him make peace with Goku, is he just gonna go back to hell? I don't know. I don't know if I want him alive at the end of Z either, like, or at the end of Super either. You know. Little sip of tea for the working man here. Phantom, would you agree that the evildoer also looked like how the androids did when Trunks was first explaining them to Goku? Yeah, he did, but everybody keeps saying it was black, as if black was the first time they ever did that. No, the shadowy silhouettes is something they've always done, because they want to hide what he looks like. Why? I don't know. Maybe one day we'll find out. DBZ psychologist, why can't Goku just grab Jiren and instant transmission the both of them to the stands and win the tournament? I don't think you're allowed to do that, bro. Well, first of all, grabbing this dude is not that easy. I mean, let's not forget that, but I don't know if that's allowed. They never said it wasn't allowed, but I don't know if that's really allowed. Remember, you have to be thrown off, not just go to the stands. But again, doing that, easier said than done, right? Excuse me. Like I said, I'm not feeling too well, but we're going to get through this. Big Red 0059. Do you think the clown god of destruction killed Jiren's family? That seems to be a thing going around now. I haven't seen it until you guys are asking me this question. I don't think so. I don't think he's involved. What would be the reason for it, you know? Joffrey Bledsoe, will anyone address the manga anime difference in we saying which god was stronger than Beerus? I haven't seen anyone speak on this yet. I talked about it, but I don't remember when. I talked about it, dude. I honestly don't remember when. I've done like almost like 2,000 videos, and it's a lot for even me. So I can't even like get mad at somebody for not seeing them all. I thought I talked about it in one of my manga reviews. You might want to go back and check the manga reviews. I thought that I did, but I don't remember. I know I talked about it on Twitter once, but that was months ago. Adrian Kalari, or maybe it's Kayari, because, two L's make the ya sound. At least we know for a fact Goku will be beating Jiren. Well, we don't know that for a fact, but I see where you're coming from. Will the release of his backstory, we now know the character's general ideals. In other anime, maybe Jiren could take the W, not Dragon Ball. Well, yeah, that's true. It is Dragon Ball, and Goku winning is just so boring. But now that Super's ending, I feel like they're more comfortable. They're more comfortable with having him win, not more comfortable. They are less comfortable with having somebody else win but Goku. You know what I'm saying? Do you think Jiren's backstory is interesting enough to branch out into an arc? If DBS comes back, maybe Goku and Vegeta can help defeat the evildoer. Yes, in my video about the next arc of Super, I always thought that it would be a great idea if they had an arc where Goku and Vegeta team up with the Pride Troopers. We're not going to get it, at least not till next year, or whenever Super comes back, if it does. Ritwick Siha, what do you think Jiren's wish is? I think that's to bring his master. Do you think that the evil person's still alive? Future arc. I'm discussing this in detail tomorrow, right here on the channel with Tragic. So look forward to that video coming out tomorrow. But I think his wish would be to bring back his family. I think that would make the most sense, right? And then you can kind of relate to him. Zane says, is 17 going to be revived? He was alive in GT. GT has no connection to Super, brother. None. So that GT has nothing to do with it, but I do think it's going to be revived. So you have that. Bluebird E22 17 is obviously hiding inside Hit's pocket dimension, who's secretly still on the stage. Oh, come on. Sean says the Scorpion fucked you up. No, I beat the Scorpion, remember? I ran away from him the first time, but I beat him the second time. Those of you who are wondering what we're talking about, he's talking about the Dragon Quest stream I did where I fought the big Scorpion and ran away like a pussy. Then I trained up and beat him in the rematch. He didn't kill me. Taking a little sip there. Kendall Hurley. Knowing that Goku will lose his shirt, do you think it would be a better design for Vegeta to lose his armor, throw it back to the Buu Saga gear? Well, it's too late now. He's lost his shirt. I see your point, though, about the Buu Saga gear where he's wearing all blue. Well, I lost my place again, dude. Jeez. When you hit the scroll button, it goes all the way down. So, anyways, I like the idea of Vegeta being shirtless. Pause. Because it's different. It's a different look for him. So I'm okay with it. I mean, that's just me. Logan Thompson. In Z, would you rather have seen a Goku-Gohan fusion if Gohan would have actually caught the Potara? Do you like the direction they went with Vegito? I like the direction they went with Vegito, but I think I would have liked to have seen a Gohan-Goku fusion. I think that they could have done that in Super as well, and they didn't do it. It was all about Vegeta's redemption. Like, the reason why they went with the Vegito thing is because they wanted to have the end game be that Vegeta gets redeemed. And at the end, he did get redeemed when he fought Kid Buu gallantly, knowing he could have died. And he did it for the right reasons. So, there you go. Julian Matthews, what are your thoughts on Vegeta going out next episode? Do you not like it, or is it not a shock? It's kind of predictable. Well, the idea of Vegeta losing to the big villain, right, and then Goku beats him, that is predictable. I mean, I can't even front. It's been done so many times. I think it depends on how he goes out. We know that Toshio is writing the episode. We know that the episode's probably going to be well written. It's going to have some good Vegeta moments. So as long as it makes sense and it's a powerful episode, I'll like it. But it is one of those things where we're treading the same shit over again. Like, I would like the series to kind of go to new ground. Black Diamond 18. I saw on Twitter today people saying Goku Black killed Jiren's parents and companions. Yeah, I know. I predicted that in my review, and look what happened. You can predict the idiocy now, easily, I guess. Which version of Gohan do you like best? My favorite's Great Saiyan Man. I mean, I know it's like a cliche answer, but I like Cell Saga Gohan. That's my favorite. SS2 Gohan. Some people call him Teen Gohan, even though he was like 9 years old or whatever. So I'm gonna go with Gohan from the Cell games. That's my favorite Gohan. He was just so awesome, bro. It's not even like the fact that he's a badass and what he did to Cell. It's how he tore up the Cell Juniors, bro. And I was so mad when that episode aired dubbed on Toonami because they censored all the gore. Like, I knew it was going to get censored, but, Gohan's literally ripping their heads off and punching their bodies in half and kicking their bodies in half. And on TV, it was censored. Oh, man. Like, I like it violent, like the way it should have been, I love that stuff. And it's even more violent in the manga. Toriyama draws guts and eyeballs popping out, bro. The manga's very violent, man. Read the damn manga if you haven't read it yet. Shane Gilroy with a plug. Cinema Slackers on YouTube and Facebook. A web series about working in the movie theater industry. Actually, I might watch that. It's Always Sunny meets Workaholic. Okay, brother, you won me over. You've won me over by saying It's Always Sunny. 2 seasons, 20 episodes, 1 holiday special, working on season 3. Everybody check out Cinema Slackers. I'm going to check it out because that actually sounds kind of cool. That's right up my alley, bro. Like, dude, I'm going to check that. I'm not even kidding. Cinema Slackers. The one, thank you. GN Fire 173. Do you think Ultra Instinct is a multiplier or a state of mind? If it's a multiplier, Beerus gets it, biological Goku would need to apply transformations. Not a multiplier. Watch my video called Ultra Instinct Mastery Explained. That will go into it in detail. It's a completely different thing. I did 3 videos on Ultra Instinct Transformation Explained, Ultra Instinct Mastery Explained, and The Secret of Ultra Instinct. You'll want to watch those because, first of all, I worked real hard on them. Second of all, you'll like them because they explain everything about Ultra Instinct. Like what it is, where they got the idea from, all that stuff. They came out back in October. Daniel Espinosa, based on everyone's power in the series at this point, do you think Oob can get strong enough to be relevant? I mean, the series is ending. So it's like, these questions are weird because there's no more episodes after 131. So it's one of those things where I can't even guess. I suppose they're going to have to make him stronger to make it matter. Because why would Goku care about Oob if he's been fighting dudes like, Beerus, Goku Black, Golden Frieza, freaking, Jiren, Topo. These guys are way past Oob, or so we think. They're gonna have to scale Oob up for this somewhat of a retcon here. It's like a quasi retcon. Thank you, Kyle. Pretty Gordo. Do you believe 17 and 18 were equal in power upon their first awakening in the main timeline? Try to gauge weighted Kamikalo versus Cell. Well, they weren't. It was stated explicitly in the Daizenshus that Dr. Garo, or Dr. Giro in the dub, purposely depowered 18 because he knew that the androids had a possibility of revolting against him. So his idea was if he made 18 weaker, she would be less likely to betray him. And he was wrong. But no, 18 was always weaker than 17. So that's your answer. I'm going to do a video about that eventually too. That's stuff that's coming post-Super. Stuff like that is coming post-Super. Julio Hidalgo, plot hole tournament, power and Trunks timeline. That's like you just put a bunch of words there, bro. I don't. You just put like a bunch of words there. Plot hole tournament, power and Trunks timeline. I yeah, I agree. I don't know what to say. Irish BGS, thank you for your donation. I have to say, Frieza's appearing in 127 got me so hyped coming out of nowhere. The music and the voice acting for that was fantastic. Do you feel the anger and frustration in his voice from getting sunned once again? Well, Ryusei Nakao is amazing. Ryusei Nakao is one of the most talented voice actors. I said it earlier. That's Yakko Warner in the Japanese dub of Animaniacs. That's freaking Darkwing Duck. Like, the dude is talented. So, and I know Chris Ayres or Damon Mills, whoever actually voices that character when we get to these episodes, will do a good job as well. I hope they do as good a job as Ryusei Nakao. Guarantee your kicks today. Hey, bro, it would make sense for Goku to win because Ultra Instinct is on a power level. It's a way to defeat any enemy, as said by Whis. Well, that except for ones that are really, really powerful, like Grand Priest and them. I don't know if you could beat him, but the fans are still about power when the show has moved away from it. Agree? Yes. Power scaling and discussions on power are still very important, but it's not everything. There are other aspects of Dragon Ball besides just that. I do agree with that. The one, anyone mentioned Frieza not out of the tournament? What about that theory you had about double KO seems possible? Yeah, I mean, I've talked about it, and I think it's possible. I really do. That Frieza could be the last man standing. Have you watched Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood and is the top 5? I have not finished it yet, but almost everybody I talked to says it's a top 5, so I kind of agree. I have to kind of go with them saying I trust them. Like, I guess it is top 5, but it depends on what you like. Dub-wise, it's incredible. I talked to the guy who did the dub. Mike McFarlane, interviewed him on this channel. Check it out. He says, respond to my PM. I would love to discuss different theories I have about the show. I know you'd be interested. I rarely check my PMs on. It depends on where. If it's on YouTube, I rarely check. I'll check them, but I mean, I rarely check them because it's. There's a lot of spam in there too, so you might have been filtered out by spam. I don't know. If you leave like a long paragraph in my DM, it might get filtered out. It just depends. Mr. Popo, they hyped Jiren too much at the start of the tournament. Now he powers up and looks weaker than ever, taking hits from 17. Also, Jiren's story is whack. Yeah, I don't like that either. I feel like Jiren was heavily depowered compared to how he was in 109 and 110. He should not be taking any hits from Goku and Vegeta. That's just my opinion. I know for a fact that, hang on, let me ban this guy. I don't know what that guy's talking about, but anyways, he was just I caught him out of the corner of my eye there. But anyways, back to what I was talking about. I agree. I think that I know that Goku and Vegeta got stronger, but I feel like he should not be taking hits from 17. I agree. I can't even argue that. Like, I don't understand the reasoning unless they explain it. I don't understand it. Mike, friend, thank you for your very generous donation. Actually, there's 2 of them right here. Put this toward the Japan trip fund. Thank you so much. Did 17 last longer than Gohan because they didn't want to give Nozawa too much voice work given her age? I believe they didn't include Gohan and Goten in previous episodes. I hadn't heard that. If that's the case, see, I can't say yes because I haven't heard that. I could say maybe. Nobody's mentioned that. But the thing about Nozawa is that even though she's in her 80s, she's in very good shape. This is a woman who is in tremendous shape for an 80-year-old woman. Tremendous shape. So, while I get where you're coming from with that, because she does do a lot of characters, Goku, Gohan, Goten, and all the other ones, she did a lot of work in the Goku Black arc. I mean, remember, she was also Goku Black. I mean, that's a lot of work. I see your point, but I haven't heard that. Like, I haven't actually heard that yet. I think they just wanted to give 17 a more epic ending. That's my opinion. Can't wait for Gita 101 Super's done. Thank you. Any recommendations for watching the series in Spanish? I mean, I don't know what you mean by recommendation. I guess watch the Mexican dub. The Latin American dub is the good one. Because there's a lot of different Spanish dubs. That's the one you want to watch if you can find it. Mike Friend says, again, thank you. Is it just a coincidence that Super Dragon Ball Heroes game opening number 5 from July 2017 might correctly predict Goku and Frieza versus Jiren? Do you think they knew back then this would be the result? I do not. The games sometimes do get tipped off on things ahead of time. That is correct. I don't think that was the case, because if you remember when that happened, there were people in the background fighting, and also Goku was wearing his gi. So, I mean, it's possible. That's, again, I can't give you a straight answer on that because I don't know. It's possible, but most of the time they just kind of guess and they just put stuff together. I mean, remember, they also had shirtless Goku against Jiren. They also had Goku and Beerus fighting in space once, and Champa was watching, and that never happened. That was 2 years ago when they had that. So they always do stuff that you think might be a spoiler, but it's actually not. But sometimes it is. Like, for example, we saw Goku wearing a Potara before we saw Vegito in Super. So there were all kinds of clues about that. So it could be possible, yeah, but I can't say for sure because I don't know. Jorge Hernandez, way off topic, but if Cell killed... Well, there's no topic, bro. I'm just answering your questions. If Cell killed Vegeta instead of Trunks, when he came back from self-destructing Kai's planet, would Trunks rage and achieve SS2? I mean, that's a very rhetorical question. That's not the right word. Not rhetorical, not the right word. That's a very difficult question to answer. But it's definitely something that I think is possible. Yeah, Trunks may have raged and done SS2. Because remember, when he went back to the future to go fight 17, 18, and Cell in Dragon Ball Z episode 194, he didn't really put out his full power, dude. He pretty much raffle stomped them. That was not Trunks at his max power. He was screwing around with 17 and 18. So one would think that if he got angry enough, maybe he could. Maybe he could. I mean, really. I'm going to ask chat room, talk about it if you want. I don't know. I think he could have. But also, Gohan was so far ahead of him, and Gohan knew how to do full power Super Saiyan, say grade 4, and we don't know if Trunks ever even learned how to do that. And if you have to, we don't know. We know that he learned 2 in Super later on. Do you think, this is from Renee, do you think when Universe 7 goes back home, years have passed to the last episode of Dragon Ball Z? I think the last episode of Super will go there, yeah. God, there's too many. I'll be here all night, dude. No, I'll get done. If you could decide Universe 7 elimination order, what would it be? I would have probably thrown out Tien first because his elimination was shit anyways and he didn't do anything. And then I would have probably gone with... I would have kept Krillin in a little bit longer. I would have gone with Piccolo next. And I know people don't like that, but I would have gone with Piccolo next because he's already kind of served his purpose for Gohan. And then from there, it would have probably been the same thing, like the way they did it. You know, I would have probably kept Gohan in longer, though. I would have had Gohan be the last guy. I already gave my theory a while back about Gohan winning. Like, my idea was Topo and Gohan are the last two. Jiren and Goku double eliminate themselves, and Gohan beats Topo by outsmarting him. That was my theory from like a year ago. That's how I would have done it, honestly. Iron AC, I think we're forgetting about the no-fly rule now. Were they flying? I thought they were just jumping high. I didn't see them flying. Anthony De Laredo says, hello, Geetham. In your opinion, how would you... in a scale of 1 to 10, how do you rate the Funimation dub of Dragon Ball that aired on TV from 01 to 03? He's talking about classic Dragon Ball, not Z. I would give that a 7 out of 10. The voices were fine. Stephanie Nadolny is good as Goku. Chris Sabat was good as King Piccolo. The voices were fine. The censorship had to be done because they weren't going to air the sex jokes on TV. There's too many sex jokes. I don't blame them for that. I can't blame them for that. There are still some things that are annoying about it. There are still some things that are irritating, and there are some things that isn't even their fault. For example, in the Japanese version, there were insert songs that were played during big fights. Mezaze Tenkaichi was one of them. There was Akai no Ribbon or whatever, the Red Ribbon Army song. Moero de Harte or whatever, the other Red Ribbon Army song. They were cut out of the Funimation dub, but that's not Funimation's fault. That's Toei. Toei has a weird rule where international versions of Dragon Ball, and we're not talking about just Funimation. We're talking about every other country but Japan. They don't get the insert songs, which is why if you watch the Spanish version of Gohan transforming to SS2, they don't get Spirit versus Spirit was not played. No version gets those. Now with Super, it's changed. Now they actually are getting them, but back then they had this weird rule that never made sense. So you have to watch it in Japanese to experience that. You know what I mean? That's not Funimation's fault. So I'm giving them a 7 out of 10, but it's not that bad because, again, a lot of it was just not their fault. Mike, again, thank you. What do you predict the breakdown of the 2018 Dragon Ball movie will be? Universe 7 Saiyans, Universe 6 Saiyans, and Planet Sadala past Super Saiyan God Yamoshi. Yamoshi would treat like a Bardock special formula he rehash. Well, here's the thing, Mike. I'm writing my own version of the movie, which is going to be out in April, what I think is going to happen or what could happen. I'm not going to spoil that video, but I will tell you this. In that story that I'm writing, which I hope all y'all will check out, everything you just said is in the story. And that's right, I'm not even kidding. Like, you can tell a story with Universe 6 Saiyans, Universe 7 Saiyans, Planet Sadala, Yamoshi, and the Gods. You can fit that into a movie with some creative writing. And I'm going to do my version in April, and it's going to be something else because I think y'all are going to like it. Like, I managed to make it like Dragon Ball-ish, but also like with Yamoshi. There's a whole storyline here. And actually, now that we have Jiren's backstory, maybe I'll incorporate some of that in there too. We'll see. But without going into the spoiler of that video, yes, I think and I do believe that all of that will be in the Dragon Ball 2018 movie. I think Yamoshi will be in the movie. I really do think that. I could be wrong, but I think that. You mean that guy? Thank you for your very generous donation. Whoa. Do you think the next arc will be Angels vs. Demons, aka feature Towa, Mira, and the Demon Realm? Do you think fan favorites like Jiren, Topo, Kabo will return? Well, I'm going to answer 2 questions, or I'll take 3 questions. Number 1, the next arc's not going to be until the series comes back, so there's no guarantee for the next arc. I would love to see Angels vs. Demons. I do not want to see Mira and Towa in the Dragon Ball universe unless they rewrite their characters. They're basically made for the video game universe, but I don't mind having them there, but they have to rewrite some things. Demons I'm okay with, though. And I do think that, yes, if Dragon Ball Super returns, that we will see, or if Dragon Ball returns, we definitely are going to see Hit, Jiren, Topo, Kaba, and all of them, and Caulifla and Kale. I don't know about Ribrianne, but Caulifla and Kale are coming back, so get ready for that. Will Frieza cause a plot twist by either winning the tournament or eliminating himself with Jiren? Or what plot twist would you want for the end? Eliminating himself with Jiren could work, or maybe he's just the last one who survives. Goku and Jiren both go out and he's declared the winner. I mean, that would be a twist in itself. Even though I'm calling it, it's still a twist. Joel Hernandez, I want Frieza to kill Jiren's death beam to ear hole. I don't know if that could happen, bro, but that sounds painful. Lindsay, Z-related. What do you think would have happened if Piccolo didn't save Gohan and Nappa killed him instead? Oh, man. That's a great... You know what? That's a great what if. I'm going to write that down. You gave me a video idea. Quinn, are you listening? Hold on. Where's my damn... Hang on a minute, bro. I'm looking for my... I'm actually going to write that down. Lindsay, I might make that into an entire video. Me and Quinn might get together, and here it is. I'm getting my notepad here. I'm using an old school notepad. Me and Quinn might actually cover that in the video. What if... That's a good idea. I got to think about that. What if Nappa killed Gohan and Piccolo did not save him? Because we're talking about major implications for what would have happened in the Namek arc. We're talking about major implications from Goku when he showed up on the battlefield. That is a great freaking topic. Thank you, Lindsay, so much for sending that over to me, because that's going to be made into its own video. And I can't do it alone. I get Quinn on that one, because me and Quinn can think about that and really come up with an idea there. So it's going to happen. You're going to get that video. Alejandro, because that's a great what if. Alejandro Velasco, imagine if Gohan had the role as the 17 and Gohan sacrificed himself to protect everyone because Goku to Tab and Ultra Instinct. I think what he's saying is if Gohan had sacrificed himself, I wonder if the fans would be more pissed off if they had done that. It would have been noble, but I feel like they would have been more pissed. Gohan is so beloved, you know? Do you think Oob will be trained in the art of Ultra Instinct? That's a great question, dude. I don't think so right away. Basics first. Basics, right? Baby steps. I believe Dr. Rota killed Jiren's family. That's great. George Takai, pause. Oh my, it makes me wonder if something worse is going to happen due to the poster of Ultra Instinct. Something terrible has happened. 17 died, so will Vegeta? No, I don't think Vegeta's going to die, but 17 dying is definitely one that, yeah, I think that is going to happen. And I think that is going to lead to Ultra Instinct. Maybe he will die. Maybe he will. Big Red says, Beerus greenlit the destruction of Planet Vegeta, and as a result, he has 2 champions. Is Jiren the result of a similar God of Destruction order? I see now. I don't think so. I don't think, because when Beerus greenlit the destruction of Planet Vegeta, it was because he was annoyed by the Saiyans. Vermouth never said he was annoyed by Jiren's family, dude. So I don't think that's the case here. Like, there has to be a reason. So you have to understand, guys, there has to be a reason for Jiren to destroy Jiren, for Vermouth to destroy Jiren's family, if that's going to be the theory. There's got to be a reason for that. And until they give us the reason, we don't know. May says, and thank you, Anthony, if Guldo was God tier, could he counter hits time skip with time freeze? I have no idea, bro. That's no, I don't think so. I think time skip supersedes time freeze. I see why you would think that, but I still think it does. Kayang Thao, thoughts on the juxtaposition between Goku and Jiren's backstories. Goku got stronger for the thrill, and Jiren got stronger out of vengeance. I love it. I mean, I think I wanted more. I think Jiren's backstory is a bit generic. I did want more, but I like it still because, like I said, at least we got something. And I hope that gets discussed more and that gets fleshed out more. But again, with 3 episodes left, I just don't know. Like, I don't see it happening. I don't see it fleshed out the way that I want it to be fleshed out. I just don't see it. Wamu. Frieza doesn't know the language of the gods. If by chance he wants to earn power and his wish to lead Zeno and the gods, will the gods still have to honor and summon the dragon? No, I think if he does that, Zeno will just erase him. Like, how dare you? And that's it. Give it to Goku. Matilda Zamudio, do you think there's any validity to Limit Breaker Goku, or is it just a fan title? Limit Breaker Goku was a fan-made name for Ultra Instinct before Ultra Instinct had a name. That's pretty much what it is. Like, that's pretty much what it is. Kind of like how some people called Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan or Super Saiyan Blue Super Saiyan God 2. It's just a fan name. That's it. That's all it is. Alphilion, if Goku can't learn to turn Ultra Instinct on and off at will, do you think Vegeta's new form is more useful than UI? Also, do you think Goku gets his blue gi from Grand Priest? That'd be awesome, number 1, about that last part. Number 2, or the first part, I don't know about more. Whatever beats Jiren, bro. If they can't beat Jiren with Vegeta's form, which obviously they can't, then Ultra Instinct's more useful. I see what you mean. You're talking about, like, in general combat, but they're facing off against Jiren now. Jose Adorn, if maybe Jiren's wish is to bring the killer from the past. Well, I mean, maybe, but just to kill him off, that's kind of a waste. You know, they could ask, like, you know, one of the gods to help find him. I don't know. It seems like kind of a waste. Savvy Lo Todo, DBS used the heroic sacrifice story device for 17. Does that leave a fusion with Goku as Frieza's redemption? No, I don't think they're gonna fuse. I don't see that happening. Frieza might get redeemed, but it won't be like that. Do you think we'll ever get a Dragon Ball Heroes anime? Well, Bandai wants one, and I think that maybe. I can't answer that because they've been wanting one for so long, and then we haven't got it yet. But they might push for it harder and get it. I mean, I don't know. They have pretty good cutscenes in the damn show, or in the game. I don't see why not, honestly. I don't see why not. Irish says, unlikely to happen, but I'm kind of hoping Super ends on a cliffhanger, so it's a bit more pressured by fans to bring it back. Wishful thinking. Well, no. If they're going to end it on a cliffhanger, then they're not being pressured by anybody. That means they've already decided they're going to bring it back later. You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't be fan pressure, but it would be fan hype. You're kind of thinking backwards. You're thinking The fans aren't going to pressure them. They're going to flip it. So, be the other way around. Feroy Hernandez, have you ever wondered this, that Frieza said he wanted to control the gods with the Super Dragon Balls? He doesn't know he needs to learn the language of the gods. We already discussed that earlier, man. That was actually asked earlier. So, yeah, we already talked about it. Batfleck, if Funimation and Falconer never had a falling out, would they have continued to use his music for GT and Super? Okay. I have to be careful how I say this. Okay, I really have to be careful how I say it. Based on things that I have heard, one of the reasons that there was a falling out is because they were not going to use Falconer. Falconer, I can't speak for him, but from what I've heard, he was not happy that he was being replaced as a composer for GT. Okay? So it wouldn't have happened either way. He was out. Now, the reasons for that, I've heard rumor and innuendo from different people who were there, in fact, or who said they were there, that is. I've interviewed some of them on the channel. I mean, come on now. But you know I'm not BSing you on this one. Highly unlikely he would have come. He wasn't coming back for GT, and Super is produced in an era where there's no replacement scores, so not likely. He would have come back to do the first 2 seasons, though, of Z. That he would have done. Maybe Dragon Ball, but not GT. Probably not Dragon Ball either. Who knows? I have Toonami recordings of the Cell games. No reruns. Interested. Soon to be college graduate with any love opportunity. Obsessed with DBZ. You should upload those because the Cell games have different. The Cell games have different audio, slightly different tracks from Falconer. So you do have some good stuff there. But be careful if you upload them because you might get copyright struck. But those would be cool to have. Donald says any Speakdoms coming. They're over on my second channel, World of Geekdom. Look up World of Geekdom and you'll get those. I moved into my second channel. And DG Gamer video idea. Who's the strongest race? Saiyan, Jiren, or Frieza's race? Thanks for what you do. I made my YouTube because of you, D Free, Nano, Rhyme. Much love. Well, thank you for that. And I know that Nano's like a nice fucking guy. Dino, of course, D Free. I'm sure they all appreciate that, and I do too. As far as who the strongest race is, I don't know, because for all intents and purposes, it's probably the Angels. Do you count them? You know, like if you count the Angels, it's the Angels. After that, it could be the Demons, or it could be whatever Beerus's race is, whatever the hell it is, you know. But the Angels to me are the most strongest race. I mean, that's if you count them. If we're talking about like non-god races and shit, then probably Frieza's race. But also no, because Frieza and King Cold were mutants of that race. I talked about that in the past, and I did a video on a long time ago. I think it was called like the Mystery of Frieza's Race or something like that. I talked about it. I've done a lot of videos. I gotta catalog them better. But anyways, that being said, Namekians are pretty strong, believe it or not. Saiyans are strong, but Goku and Vegeta are outliers. You know what I mean? So that's a tough one. I have to think about that. You're right. It is a good video idea, actually. That'd make a great discussion. Hayden Sawyer, wait, didn't Krillin wish for the self-destruct device out of the androids back in the Cell arcs? Did he use Genki or is it a plot hole? This again. No, it wasn't Genki. It was just Ki. It wasn't Genki. It was just regular Ki. I really like the Trio of the Dangers. It's sad they don't get much love. Agreed. They're dead. What if Goku killed Vegeta in their fight on Earth? I think Quinn already did a what if on that. I'll check. It would have drastically changed the Namek arc because if Goku killed Vegeta, then Goku would have gone to planet Namek with Gohan and Krillin, probably untrained, and gotten his ass kicked by Ginyu or whatever. Because Goku was not anywhere close to being as strong as those guys at the beginning of the Namek arc. Remember, this is if Goku killed Vegeta, he might not be as crippled. Now, if Krillin killed Vegeta and it was still crippled Goku, it would have been even worse for them because Vegeta actually saved their lives at a couple points. So, Yeah, it actually would have been worse. If Goku killed Vegeta, it would have been worse for them. I like Super Saiyan Frieza. Um, Out of step with reality. Thanks, Geeta. I enjoy your videos. If Goku defeats Jiren with mastered UI, that means he would be able to defeat Beerus. I personally don't like Goku mastering UI this quick. Me neither, bro. Me neither. I was hoping it would happen next arc. As far as him being able to beat Beerus, it's possible. We have not seen Beerus. Um, we have not seen Beerus at full power, so I can't really say. Hey, Geekdom, do you think the writers of Super Anime should have take examples or follow the same approach from the writers of Naruto? Well, I can't answer that because I don't know how Naruto's written. I don't know. I don't know how the anime is written. I've only seen a couple episodes of the anime. I don't know enough about it to know how it's actually written. And I really wouldn't know who to ask. Like, I guess Swag Kage might know. I know he explains things, but I don't know how well he knows the production end of things. Maybe I could ask him. Swag Kage might be a guy to ask on that one. But I don't know how Naruto's written. I know they have a lot of different writers doing the filler, but I don't know exactly how it's written if it's like Super. George Takai comes back again. He says, I wish they would make Jiren more noble or humble. I don't know the right word. That it doesn't matter if his universe gets erased because it would kill the evildoer that killed his family. Well, maybe that guy already is dead. Like, they never gave us an answer on that. So, I don't know. Maybe that guy really is dead already. I couldn't tell you. I don't know if you mean noble or humble, because those are two different words. So, all right. I didn't any. All right, May says I did a Neo Morricone remix of Dragon Ball Super. Please check it out. Of course, you don't have to, but please take my money. Well, what do people look for? Like, do they just type in a Neo Morricone remix of Super? Is that how you find it? Like, if you're gonna send a super chat to make a plug, make sure you specify how to find it. That way, it's easier for everyone to find. I'll look for it, but I mean, it'd be easier if you just told me exactly what to look for. But I'll look for that. Maybe that is what we gotta look for. Daniel Espinoza, do you think Zeno will be mad if the winner of the tourney wishes for all universe to be restored? Do you think Universe 13 through 18 will be restored also? No, because that was like again that could have happened. Okay, no, let me start over again. I'm saying no, but I don't mean to say no. All right, let's do one at a time. No, I don't think Zeno would be mad, especially not since he enjoyed the tournament. As far as Universes 13 through 18, that could have been a plot for a separate movie or a separate arc with super ending. It's probably not happening. It depends on how they make the wish. That's what it comes down to. Unfortunately, we're not going to get more right now. Maybe not till next year. We'll see. We'll see how they end it. GN Fire says, I love Tien and Roshi, but would you have preferred to see Goten and Trunks in action instead, even if they're by themselves, no fusion? Honestly, no. I find Goten and Trunks to be annoying. Just being honest with you. I like Gotenks in very small doses. Goten and Trunks are kind of annoying. And if they were grown up, now if we had a grown up Goten and Trunks, or at least a teen Goten and Trunks, I would be down for that. But kid Goten and Trunks, I didn't want them anywhere near Super, honestly. If they're going to be interesting, they have to grow a little bit. Teenage era, I would be okay with. The way they were in Super, I don't care. Corey Walden, what are your thoughts on Frieza becoming Universe 7 God of Destruction for Tournament of Power? Beer seems to be bored of his status, and Frieza seems to be the best successor. I thought he was going to become a god of another universe, not 7. But do they trust Frieza to not go power hungry? Then again, if they've got Whis there, Frieza can't do shit against Whis. But if he's got plot to take over Zeno and shit, I mean, that's going to be problematic because what if Frieza does look for the Super Dragon Balls? You know? Like, what? Then what? They're screwed. So they would have to figure out some way to really control them. Joe Duckworth, why is Frieza the new Krillin? Well, he hasn't died yet. Well, he's died. He is dead, but I mean, he hasn't died again. So he hasn't died as much as Krillin has. Okay, here we are. If somehow time runs out and Frieza and Goku win for having more people, who would get the wish? We don't know yet. We do not know. They said it's going to go to the best fighter. Or the most outstanding fighter. So we don't know. We don't have an answer. Max Conway, perfect ending universes come back. Goku and Jiren lock eyes. Pause. They dash each other and Goku smirks freeze frame. Bro, you just stole the Rocky 3 ending, bro. Come on. Did you really think I wasn't going to pick up on that, dude? Did you really think I wasn't gonna pick up on the Rocky 3 ending, bro, with Rocky and Apollo? It's the eye of the tiger, it's the thrill of the fight. Come on, dog. This man thought I wasn't gonna pick up on that. Rising up to the level of our rival. That's a good movie, by the way. I might watch that movie tomorrow. Thanks for reminding me of Rocky 3, bro. That's my favorite Rocky movie. Herb Master, I have respect for Krillin. He deserves bad rep. I don't think he has a bad rep, bro. I think the fandom makes more jokes out of Yamcha than Krillin, you know what I'm saying? But I see where you're coming from. Yamcha also got kind of his balls cut off by Toriyama. So, I mean, but Krillin never had his balls cut off that bad. Caged Cerberus. I wonder if it was Belmont that killed his family similar. No! You missed the damn... I answered that question already, bro. I don't think it was. No, I yelled before I even finished the sentence. No, I don't think it was Vermouth. Because I feel like Jiren would have known by now. I mean, that would be a twist, but again, if it is, this is what I said earlier. If it is Vermouth, if it is Belmont that killed his family, why? There has to be a reason. He didn't know Jiren would be that strong. He didn't know. And the reason that Beerus gave permission to Frieza to do it is because he found the Saiyans to be annoying. Why would Vermouth care about Jiren's family? You remember, there has to be a reason, dude. A reason. And maybe there is a reason. Maybe they haven't told us what that reason is yet. And if they do have a reason, then I'd be all for it. But I want a reason. Give me a reason as to why he's going to do that. Jeremiah Piranha. Hard to believe that Beerus and Boo never crossed paths since both of them are millions of years old. Also, the guys don't seem to know each other well. Yeah, it's pretty stupid considering that, like, yeah, you would think that Beerus was around during the first, like, the early Majin Buu, like, terrorizing stuff. Maybe he was asleep, I don't know, but it is kind of hard to believe that he wouldn't recognize Majin Buu. I mean, that's kind of a, you would think that. Are we done? Oh my goodness, I think we're done. That's it. No more super chats. Okay. Let's get back to the main chat, which is now going to catch up, I think. First of all, thanks to everybody who donated to the super chat. I'm very thankful. We had a lot of questions tonight. I really wasn't expecting that many questions, dude. I'm actually pretty shocked that I had so many. Hold on. Are they still coming in? Yeah. There's more coming in. All right, let me get this. Matt Zabaldo, why aren't Trunks and Goten teenagers? Gohan was in school and Goten was 7, but now he's married with a kid. Is Pan going to pass Goten in age? That is called bad writing. That is actually bad writing, my friend. Is Super Saiyan Frieza stronger than God Puar? I don't think so. I don't know if anybody's stronger than God Puar. By the way, a few years ago, people thought that Puar was a girl. And that's because of the original Ocean dub that fucked up. Do people still think Puar's a woman? Or a female? Because Puar is male. So, I don't know. I know in the new dubs they refer to him as male. So, like... Oh, thank you, by the way. I see the love from Korea thing. Thank you. I like your food a lot, bro. But that being said, no, yeah, Puar is male. What if Frieza had a kid? Frieza does have a kid, bro. Look up Frieza's son on my channel. I already did that video. Frieza has a son. I'm serious. Is Goku's father a brilliant scientist? Another carryover from the dub. God Power Heals saw it with Beerus versus Goku. Yeah. Yeah. In the anime, yes. You're right about that. You're right. Matthew Sapp, do you think Jiren's power is inconsistent? Yes. I have talked about that a lot. It is very, very inconsistent. Ritwick Sinha says, theory time. Goku beats Jiren, but he does not eliminate him and jumps off the ring because he warns Jiren's wish to come true. Jiren respects that and wishes U7 back. No, I don't think that's gonna happen, dude. Because that if Goku did that, then he would be putting his own universe at risk. Like, you know what I'm saying? He would be putting his own universe at risk if he did that. Like Goku would. Like, no, I don't see that happening. I don't think he's gonna do that. Shane Gilroy, your tweet about Cynthia Cranston saying you should be a voice actor, I agree, but you have to find a way to use your Miss DBZ voice. Oh, Vegeta, in episode 128, he's gonna get eliminated, and that's bullshit, man. I love Vegeta. Yeah, maybe someday. Broly killed Jiren's family. Oh! Okay, Homie327. Another question, bro. You're so awesome. Do you think the new Dragon Ball will explain why Beerus gave Frieza the green light for Saiyans their own planet? No. There's no need to explain it because Beerus already did explain it. And the explanation is that he got annoyed by them because he found them annoying. He thinks that the Saiyans are annoying. He thinks that Frieza is also annoying. I believe, and I could be wrong, I don't remember, but I think Dragon Ball Super Episode 3, I want to say, is where they talked about that. I think it was that episode. It might have been a little bit more. I don't remember. But that's when Beerus said that he found them annoying. They annoyed him. Now, we might see more of this in the movie. Yes, that we might see. One vision, one purpose, geekdom, right? Jeremiah Piranha, favorite DBS ending. I think 11's pretty bad. I don't like the one they have now. I agree. I like Boogie Back a lot, even though it's emotional now because Hiromi Sudo passed away. You know, but I think my favorite one is probably. Oh man, I don't know. I have fond memories. I have like nostalgic memories of all of these. Whoa! Oh, I like that one. I like the Laco Tower one. The first one was good too. If Ultra Instinct's a technique, could you have Super Saiyan Ultra Instinct UI U red and UI blue? I don't think we're gonna have time for it, bro. Super's ending. I hate saying that over and over again, but Super's ending, bro. So no, I don't think we're gonna see a fusion of the two forms until later. Like if the series comes back next year or the movie or whatever, like we don't have time for it now though. I just don't see that happening. Goku instant transmission Kamehameha versus hit instead. What happens? Huh. Well, are we talking about Ultra Instinct IT Kamehameha or what? Like it's if he can catch hit off guard, he can hit him with it, but it depends on which Goku we're talking about. Goku from the Cell Saga? Never. Remember that video you did about the mystery character coming to Super? It had Fry from Futurama on the thumbnail. Did they ever reveal the character? Yes, that was Kefla, actually, who was revealed. It was Kefla. Belmont feeds Jiren power through telepathy theory. Yeah, I've heard that before. And there's not enough evidence, but it's implied that Jiren might be even stronger than him. Thank you, Aaron Saunders, by the way. So, Puar. Okay, I'm getting a lot. Okay. Just got another super chat here. At least I think I did. We're behind here. I can't tell anymore. I lost track of everything. I'm a mess right now. It looked like I had a $50 super chat, but I don't see it. It was retracted. But did it just come back? I don't know. There's a little bit of lag, so I apologize for that. Beerus is getting attached to the Z Fighters. Do you believe after this tournament he would be willing fight for the sake of Earth if need be? Maybe, but against who? It depends against who. Like, maybe. I don't know. If a big threat came along, you're asking if he would try to help Goku out? Yeah, I think so. Vegeta dying from exhaustion in 128, good or bad? I guess I don't know if I like that, bro. Honestly, I don't know if I like the idea of him dying from exhaustion. I don't think I would like that, honestly. It seems like kind of a... I mean, I don't hate it though either. I don't think he should die. I don't think he should die. Will you ever collab with Alex? No comment. I've already collabed with him in the past, and that's as far as it goes. Kevin Cristancho, yo, Geekdom, I sent you $50 by accident. I was trying to plug my Dragon Ball hats. Yeah, I know. Where's my $50? No, I'm kidding. I've been painting on my Instagram at Master Kevin San. Let me know what you think, and I'll make you one. All right, so his Instagram is Master Kevin San or Kevin San. I don't know if I pronounced it right or wrong here. He's got some hats. Let's see if I can find you real quick. Hang on a second. I think I found you. Christian. Yeah, okay, I did find you. Yeah. Yeah, you got some art on there. Yeah, check him out. Master Kevin San. I did find it right here, so I'll take a look at that here shortly, and I'll get back to you on that. Well, could the killer be the first time traveler of Universe 11? Yeah. It could be. I don't see why not. What is this? Gee, I got... Get out of Instagram. It auto plays. Crap. Anyways, I got other windows open here, bro. No, let me get back to what I was saying. I'm sorry. I got distracted by this freaking other window here. My bad. Could the killer be the Universe 12 time traveler? That was only... If from Universe 12, it was only in the manga. So, the manga and anime do not correlate. Jiren, first of all, hello, Ramon. What if when the fighters come back, it has been many years to the people on the outside, and it brings us to the end of Z? I don't think it's happening. I thought that might happen, actually, but I don't think it's happening anymore. I think it'll be like no time passed. And that's what I think. Do you think 17 could still be alive and affecting the ending somehow? I answered that earlier. I don't think so. I think he'll come back. Alarming animations. I'm going to be ending the stream soon because I'm getting tired. What if Universe 7 and 6 mortal levels are the same, since Beerus wished for another Earth and made Champa's level be higher? That's not what they said, so I don't know. It would be lower than if that was the case, right? Earth sucks. Laughable Larry, Geekdom, I know it's an old theory, but do you think if they wish back all the universes erased by Zeno would include Trunks' timeline and Zamasu? No. Timelines are not universes, bro. Joshua Villanueva, Grand Priest killed Jiren's family. Why isn't there a Saiyan Pride Trooper? Saiyan Ape killed Jiren's family. I know it's stretched with the Evil Eyes match. Come on, bro. You're trolling right now, this guy. Well, there might be a Saiyan Pride Trooper in the future. Now, no, but there's no Saiyans in Universe 11, brother. That's why there's not one. They will have one post-TOP episode. It's a shame. Maybe. Because I think the TOP is going to end in that episode. Why didn't Hit improve against Jiren? Because Jiren knocked him out before he could, bro. That's the way I'm seeing it. Jiren was too much for him. Shane Gilroy and Toriyama style. What if Goten and Trunks let 17's island go to hell and 17's just looking down from heaven like you had one job? That's funny. I'm not going to lie. That's kind of funny. Damn it. I'm over here fighting for the universe and you're goofing off on an island. I don't know. We didn't see any of that, though. We didn't see any of Goten and Trunks at all. They never cut away once. I didn't want them to, but still. Have you seen Anime War? It's a fan-made series. What about Mastar Media's Anime War? That's the only one I know of. That guy Cam, U6 turning instant T Kaioken Kamehameha versus Hit. I think Goku would have... I think Hit would have survived it. But he would have connected with it. I guess that's the answer. I don't know. I guess that's what you're looking for. I couldn't tell you. All right, I couldn't tell you. Anyways, that's going to do it for the stream. I answered as many questions. I got more super chat questions than I've ever gotten in the history of my streams ever. Like, I wasn't expecting that many questions. I usually get a lot of them, and I appreciate all of you who send in questions. And those of you in the chat who couldn't, I appreciate you too. I wish there was more I could answer. Just too many people. It's overwhelming how many people show up for these things. And it means a lot to me. Again, it means a lot to me. It really does. And, you know, I like having streams with you all about Dragon Ball. And next time we have one, it'll obviously give you a chance to ask your question. So I'm tired, as if you couldn't tell. Thank you so much. Hope you all have a great evening. And remember, tomorrow on the channel, dropping that video about Jiren. I hope you all enjoy that. all about Jiren's past. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll have a big discussion on that one, I'm sure, when that happens. So thanks again, and I'll talk to y'all tomorrow, I guess. I don't know. I'm tired. I'll see y'all later.